Hello, racing fans. This is Greg from GamerPops, and thanks for joining me today for our review of Ubisoft's The Crew. It's their newest open world project, and this one is kind of a racing MMO of sorts. We're going to start off here. I'm going to take you on a abbreviated drive. I'll edit out some of the longer, less interesting parts, but we're going to drive down the American West Coast from Seattle to Los Angeles. We're going to end up at the Santa Monica Pier. And what you're going to see as we kind of go is the biggest and greatest feature of this game is the world that's been created. So sit back, enjoy as we take a drive. So as I said off the top, The Crew is Ubisoft's new MMO. It's as you can kind of see some of the things in the HUD there. HUD gets a little distracting. There's a lot of stuff that goes on the screen, and it does kind of take away from the driving at times. But you can see there are other players that are joining me in this world, and they're just we're randomly populating each other's version of America. You don't necessarily have to engage with the other drivers or really do anything or even acknowledge their existence. But that's the idea, is you're in this world where there are other racers out there. You can team up to form, of course, a crew and go racing with them, or you can just stick to your own devices and go driving on your own, which has honestly, that's been my preference in this game. So as you can see, we've gone out of Seattle now. We're into the forests of the upper Northwest. Lovely area to drive through. There's major cities. There's also some smaller towns and communities to visit. So as I said, this is really the best part of this game is, Ubisoft. They've made a game that's a good racing game, very arcadey. Not, if you're a sim fan, a Gran Turismo or Forza, this is not your game. But the racing is arcadey. It's fun. You get to kind of zip around all over the place. And this world is phenomenal. Here we are in a suburb of Seattle, but we're going to get back on the road here. One of the things that I really do quite enjoy about this game is that, I just love to drive. In any game, from my personal favorite driving game, which is Burnout Paradise, through to even the Grand Theft Auto games, my favorite thing is just, those games is just to grab a car and go driving. And this game gives me the chance to. As you can see, we're coming up to a very distinct bridge that I'm sure we're all familiar with. So we're now coming into Seattle after just a couple of minutes on the road, which is not entirely, realistic. But this world it's fantastic. You've got these cities you can drive through, and each of the cities feels different. Detroit, Miami, Las Vegas, New York City, they all have a different feel to them that matches what they are in the real world. And in between, you've got forests, you've got plains, you've got deserts, you've got mountains, you've got all these different environments that make up the United States. And in this case, I'm not doing so hot there. In this case, it makes a world that's just fantastic to drive in. The reason I'm talking about how great the world is and how much fun I have just driving around is because the game itself is not up to the same standard. It's, the racing is good, whether you're doing it against other people or against the machine. And, food truck. The racing is competent, but the biggest challenge with this game. All right, I'm gonna jump out of San Francisco, just kind of get out into the road here, and I want to initiate a police chase. Just want to show you one of the more fun things you can do in the game. Anyway, as I was saying, the game is built around a story that's basically a blatant and lazy ripoff of the Fast and Furious style movies. You're a guy, a really good driver whose brother has been murdered by cops, and you've been set up to take the fall, and then some other cops break you out of prison and put you behind the wheel because you're going to go out there and get justice by finding the dirty FBI agent who murdered your brother and framed you. I don't care. I mean, the end result is it's a bunch of, hey, go race this guy, or go do this, or, courier missions, things like that. It gets you out behind the wheel, it gets you driving, and that's great, but it's really a generic story that doesn't add anything to the experience. And unfortunately, it also, doesn't really add much to this idea of being a crew. Oh, there we go. So I've just been arrested find $1,000, and I'm back on the road. So you have this crew, this teamwork mechanic, but it doesn't really work in the main in the main game, because you're supposed to be this lone guy trying to fight crime, and it would have been nice if they built in more of a team driving thing. More team challenges, stuff like that would really encourage that piece, which is otherwise, kind of ignorable. Here we are, we're in Malibu. We might as well check out the beaches, right? That's one of Malibu's famous features. They just don't usually recommend you do it in a car. So we're going to get into the home stretch here as we're getting into Los Angeles and approaching the Santa Monica Pier. And I'll just wrap up by saying, this game, I enjoy it. I'm going to put in a lot more time because I just want to drive the world. There's skill challenges that you'll find and unlock. There's parts you can get for your cars. There are a lot of cars in the game. I haven't really been motivated to go beyond my initial purchase, which is the Dodge Challenger you can see there. And you can customize them for different surfaces. So you can get a street version. You can get a dirt track, different things that give the cars different abilities. So there's a lot of stuff to do and see and unlock in the game that almost doesn't really require you to get too heavily into the story, which, for my money, that's the best way to play this game. So if you're an arcade racing fan and you want to be able to drive in a world that just is really well built and really well put together and features a ton of different things to see. The crew, that's its strength, and that's definitely the best reason you should check it out. If you want to get more from GamerPops, visit our website, subscribe to our channel, or check out the other videos we've got to offer. Thanks a lot for checking out our review of The Crew.